we are your official Wildcat and Ladycat station, KSST 1230 AM, Sulphur Springs, Texas. Time for Ladycat basketball. Let's go to the high school gym. Tonight's game was called by KSST Sports Director Don Julian. Don?
James Terry, thank you very much, and welcome everyone into the main gym on the campus of Sulphur Springs High School. And tonight the Ladycats of Sulphur Springs taking on the Lady Buffaloes of Hugo, Oklahoma. This is a series that probably started 4 or 5 years ago under Oklahoma, former Oklahoma high school coach Jeff Chapman, who was the coach of the Ladycats, and he started attending, of course he coached at Idabel, so he started playing them and going to the Idabel tournament, and he also started a series with Hugo. It's been a home and away type of series that's probably been going on, I guess, 5, 6 years now. It seems like we've been doing that. Saw the game last year in Hugo. Boy, it was a thriller. The Ladycats won by 1 point. Hugo was taking shots at the very end, and the last shot just not falling for them. But it was a thriller of a basketball game between two teams really evenly matched. This year's Lady Buffs are 6-4, and we understand they're just now coming off of a championship in that Idabel tournament. Ladycats are 6-15, and they played in the Kaufman Holiday Classic after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year. They split 4 games, split a couple of pool games, and they lost to Malakoff in the silver bracket, and ended up beating Scurry Rosser. So they, I guess you would take 3rd place maybe in something like that. Anyway, the Ladycats did that, and then played on Monday. That was their last action. That was a close ball game over in Gilmer, and the Lady Buckeyes won that one 50-46. So Ladycats coming in and hoping for a win. They'll have to do it without one of their leading scorers and team leaders. The freshman Kinsey Willis is out with an injury, expected to be missing at least 2 weeks. So they will have to do without her this evening. And 2 of the Lady Buffs also not making the trip that were on their roster, and I'm not sure why. Here's Mike Lamb now with introducing our national anthem. And now Superintendent Lamb with introduction of the starting lineups.
Jim for tonight's game against the Hugo High School Buffaloes and your Ladycats. And now, introducing tonight's starting lineup. First for the Hugo Lady Buffaloes, starting guard number 1, senior Trevell Holman. Starting at guard, number 2, sophomore, Shataya Atkins. Starting at forward, number 4, junior, Jordan Holman. Starting at center, number 20, senior, Shadaja Thompson. And starting at forward, number 21, sophomore, Adrian Scott. Buffalo are coached by head coach Chris Scott, assistant assisted by Nikki Woods, Pat McGee, and Lachey Cook. And now, the starting lineup for your Lady Cats. Starting at point guard, Junior Breasia Ivory. Starting at guard, number 2 freshman, Addison Wall. Starting at guard, number 11 senior, Kate Womack. Starting at post, number 13 junior, Nyla Lindley. And starting at post, number 32, sophomore, Hannah Cordell. The Lady Cats are coached by head coach Ricky Tisdale, assisted by Katie Webster and Ryan Jones.
So Mike Lamb, just like he was leading a school board meeting there with the microphone in his hand, introducing the starting lineups and then leading into the national anthem. Again, the starting lineups for the Lady Buffs: Traquail Holman, Shataya Akins, Jordan Holman, Shadeja Thompson, and Kadrin Scott. For the Lady Cats, Breasia Ivory, Addison Wall, Kate Womack, Nyla Lindley, and Hannah Cordell. And looks like Womack will jump center against one of the Lady Buffs there. And right now I cannot see her number because the official, he moves in, the ball's in the air, and the Buffs have the tip. They send it down the court. Shot is blocked by Hannah Cordell. Player spins around, and they called her for traveling. That was Shadeja Thompson. So Hugo will start with a turnover, and now they're pressing all over the court. Ball comes in to Lindley. Cordell gets it over to Addison Wall. She shoots the three. That's in and out, no good. Fight for the rebound, and the Buffs will corral it in the hands of Jordan Holman. And she gets it to Traquail Holman. Ball into the corner. Tried to get it down low. Stolen by Cordell. She gets it to Kate Womack. Here come the Lady Cats across the midline. Ball over to Breasia Ivory, who's running the point tonight for the Lady Cats. Breasia into the lane. Lays it up off the glass. Oh, in and out of there. No good. Fight for the rebound. And the Lady Buffaloes have it. They bring it across the midline. Here's a shot from the lane. It's up and rattles around. No good. And Hannah Cordell corrals the rebound for the Lady Cats. Over to Breasia Ivory across the midline. 0-0. 1 minute in here. Here's Kate Womack driving in. Kicking over. Breasia Ivory will shoot the three. It is off. No good, but a good rebound by Nyla Lindley. And the ball tried to get it inside. The Lady Buffaloes steal the ball. And they're across the midline on the fast break. And then somebody got the ball from behind and knocked it out of bounds. One of the Lady Cats, so it'll go back to the Lady Buffs. And throwing in will be Traquail Holman. For Hugo. Around the horn it goes. Now in the hands of Kadrin Scott. Player driving in, missed the shot off the glass. Follow shot is good. That was put in by Kadrin Scott. First basket of the game, and Hugo leads 2-0. 6:20 left here in the first quarter. Breasia Ivory across the midline. Drives in. Stops, gets it over into the corner. Here's Addison Wall with a three. It's off. Rebound and follow shot is up. Off, no good. Hannah Cordell had the rebound, kind of forced up a shot, and the Lady Buffs pick up the rebound. Shataya Akins with the ball. Over to Traquail Holman. And now Jordan Holman. And over to Shataya Akins. They try to get it in, do get it inside. Shot put up, partially blocked by Hannah Cordell, who's 6'2", maybe the tallest player out there. Breasia Ivory across the midline, over Addison Wall, a three, good by Addison Wall, and the Lady Cats lead 3-2, 5:30 left here in the first quarter. Shataya Akins across the midline gets it to Traquail Holman. She bounces down low. The shot put up, missed, no good. Rebound comes down to Addison Wall. Wall across the midline on the dribble. Stops at the top of the key. and had it ripped away by the Lady Buffs. This is Shataya Aiken. She drives down on Breasia Ivory. Good pass to a teammate. Put in with the left hand by Jordan Holman. And she's got 2, and Hugo leads 4-3. Just under 5 to play first quarter. Kate Womack goes around the screen, and then the ball was knocked out of bounds by the Lady Buffs. Go back to the Lady Cats underneath their own basket. And Breasia Ivory will toss it in. And so Bree will look for a teammate and got it out to Addison Wall. Wall on the drive, then the ball got away from her, and they're going to say tipped out of bounds by Hugo. So it'll go back to the Lady Cats. And again, the Lady Cats underneath their own basket with the ball. Ivory to throw it in, looking for some help. Got it into Hannah Cordell. Her shot partially blocked, and she was fouled. And that'll be on Shadasia Thompson. That's her first, and that is her first foul in the ball game. And Hannah Cordell to shoot 2. Hannah, a 6'2" sophomore, a move in from White House. Free throw good by Hannah. She also played volleyball, was started on the varsity, ended up on the JV, got a lot more playing time down there. And 2 free throws. Lady Cats leading 5-4 against Hugo. 4:45 left in the first quarter. Ball in the hands of Jordan Holman. And she's going to be fouled by Nyla Lindley, who is outside guarding. That's her first. Each team has 1 team foul. Coach Tisdale is coaching that team over there as they get ready to set up this defense. Here's a long 3. It's off, no good. Rebound comes down, Nyla Lindley. She'll give it to Breasia Ivory. Lady Cats leading 5-4. 4:30 left here in the first quarter. Ivory tried to get it down low, stolen by the Lady Buffs. They'll try a long pass down the court. It's contested for and knocked out of bounds by the Lady Cats. Addison Wall was in the middle of that fast break, and she broke that up, but they say she knocked it out of bounds. So they're tossed in now by Hugo. This will be Traquail Holman. And she gets it into Kadron Scott. Long shot off, no good. Rebound comes down to Sadasia Thompson. Got it back outside to Scott. Scott drives in the lane, off the iron. Follow shot was blocked but fouled by Hannah Cordell, her first, team second. 2 fouls for the Lady Cats, 1 for Hugo's Lady Buffs. Foul shots now for Kadron Scott. I assume she's Coach's daughter. I did not ask. Coach Chris Scott, very personable young man. The free throw is good by Kadron Scott. And we're tied at 5. And Kadron Scott with a chance to put the Lady Buffs up by 1 here. This free throw on the way, got them both. She's got 4 points in the game. And Kate Womack to trigger in as the Lady Buffs in a full court press. It's in the backcourt, and Hannah Cordell will bring it across the midline. Oh, don't stop your move on the midline. How many times have I said that? Ball over to Breasia Ivory. She survived that somehow. Breasia Ivory driving between a couple of Lady Buffs. Back outside, Kate Womack outside the arc. Kate looking inside down to Hannah Cordell. Tried to put up a shot, and it's going to draw a foul. And that's going to be on Thompson, I think, her second. I think I saw that right. 2 shots now for Hannah Cordell. She's 2 for 2 from the foul line. Free throw on the way, got it. Cordell with 3 foul shots. As she's tied the game at 6, she can put the Lady Cats up by 1 here in the first quarter. Cordell free throw on the way, off the iron, no good. Rebound by Hugo. We're tied at 6. 3:40 left in the first quarter. Traquail Holman outside. Ball in the hands of Shadasia Thompson. They try to get it inside, and it is stolen by the Lady Cats. Kate Womack dribbling the ball across the midline. And the ball was knocked away, but right to Hannah Cordell. And she gets it over to Breasia Ivory. Ivory with a brace on that right knee. And Breasia on the dribble, and they'll say she just lost that one out of bounds. So it'll go back to Hugo. We're tied at 6. 3:12 left here in the first quarter. And the Lady Buffs with the ball. This is Shataya Akins. She gets it to Thompson. Got it inside. Shot put up and off the glass nicely by Cadron Scott, who has 6 points. And Hugo leads 8-6 with 2:55 left here in the first quarter. Breasia Ivory stops, needs some help from a teammate, and tried to force it into Addison Wall, and it was stolen by the Lady Buffs. They'll bring it across the midline. This is Traquail Holman. She stops, gets it inside. Now back outside. They get it back down low again. Tried to put up a shot. Looked like a block, but is going to be called a foul. 2-shot foul. And that one on Nyla Lindley, I believe. That'll be 2 on Nyla. Probably stir somebody off the bench over there for Coach Tisdale. Here's a free throw on the way. Off, no good. Free throw taken by Sadasia Thompson. Trying to get it in the scorebook. Her second free throw coming. This one on the way is off, no good, but a rebound by Hugo. Follow shot, no good, but another foul is called. My goodness, that may be 3 on Nyla Lindley, just like that. That's what I show. That looked like a 13 as much as it looked like anything. She's got 3 according to my book. There's a Hugo free throw off, no good. Another one coming for Jordan Holman, who has 2 points on the basket. Checking out for Hugo is Thompson with those 2 fouls. And coming in is Asia Jordan. And again, Jordan Holman misses both free throws. Rebound Cordell over to Womack, and she gives it to Breasia Ivory. Hugo leads 8-6, 2:21 left here in the first quarter. Outside, Nyla Lindley. Addison Wall, long 3. It's off, no good. Hannah Cordell battling for the rebound, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Hugo. It'll stay with the Lady Cats underneath their own basket, trailing 8-6, 2:12 left here in the first quarter. Ivory slapping that ball, ready to trigger it in. Gets it into Cordell. Cordell was tied up. Okay. They say somebody got a hand in there quick enough to tie it up. Possession arrow goes to the Lady Cats. Breasia Ivory to throw it in for the Lady Cats, trailing 8-6, 2:11 left in the first quarter. Into Nyla Lindley. Her shot good off the glass. And first bucket for Nyla Lindley. Hugo back down the court. Driving in. Shot put up and hit by Traquail Holman. Hugo leads 10-8. 1:55 left here in the first quarter. Breasia Ivory. Ivory driving into the lane. Looked like she tossed it in the general direction of the basket. It missed, and Hugo got the rebound. And now the Lady Buffs across the midline leading 10-8. 1:40 left in the first quarter. Traquail Holman gets it over to Jordan Holman. Back to player outside the arc. Here's a long 3. It's off, no good. It bounces big. Rebound into the corner. Hugo got it back. And a good layup is made by Asia Jordan. Her first 2. And Hugo leads 12-8. 1:17 left here in the first quarter. Ivory across the midline for the Lady Cats. Got it over to Nyla Lindley. Here's Kate Womack with a long 3. That's off the iron, no good, but Addison Wall chases it down. Wall driving in, tried to pass to a teammate, stolen by the Lady Buffs, and here they come down the court. Here's a stop and pop. The shot is off, no good, and the rebound, Breasia Ivory, and then she was bumped into by Asia Jordan. That's her first foul. Non-shooting foul. Just the third on Hugo. The Lady Cats have 4. And now the Lady Buffs fall back into defense with 52 seconds left and counting. Lady Cats trailing 12-8. in the last minute of the first quarter. Brazier Ivory outside, closely guarded by Shataya Akins. And here's a ball was thrown right between two players. I don't know who that was intended for, but goes out of bounds. Turnover on the Lady Cats. Go back to Hugo. And they bring it across the midline. Shataya Akins. Got it over to Jordan Holman. Back out to Asia Jordan. Drives in and kicked it back outside the arc. Long shot on the way. It's a good one. Three-pointer by Traquail Holman, who has 5 points. And Hugo leads 15-8. 17 seconds left here in the first quarter. Addison Wall dribbling in the lane. Oh, try to pass. It went into the corner. Serenity Lewis now in there, got it. Here's a Wall, try to three. It was blocked. And got it back and then stolen by Hugo. And here they come. The clock will run out before they got the shot off. But that is the end of the first quarter. And the Hugo Lady Buffs leading the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs after one quarter by the score 15-8. And we'll take the break with them. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter right after this break. Hugo, Oklahoma points in the first quarter. Kadron Scott 6, Traquail Holman 5, 2 for Jordan Holman, and 2 for Asia Jordan. For the Lady Cats, 3 for Addison Wall, 3 for Hannah Cordell, and 2 for Nyla Lindley. Ball in the hands of the Lady Buffs to start the second quarter, and they lead 15-8. Have the ball outside the arc, tried to get it inside, poke loose. Serenity Lewis gathers it in for the Lady Cats. Got it down to Brazier Ivory. She lets the traffic go by, and she'll run the offense as she heads toward the free throw line. Over to Kate Womack, a three. It's off the iron, no good. Rebound, Serenity Lewis. No, that was Nyla Lindley to Serenity Lewis. And Addison Wall gets it over to Kate Womack. Tried to throw the ball down underneath, anticipating that Serenity Lewis would head toward the basket, and she did not. So the ball just sailed out of bounds. Turnover on the Lady Cats. Hugo leads 15-8, 7:25 left in the second quarter. Ball outside, Shataya Akins. And she gets it over to Jordan Holman and lost the ball down on the floor and picked up by the Lady Cats. Brazier Ivory across the midline for the Lady Cats, trailing 15-8, 7 minutes left, second quarter. Got the ball to the right side. Nyla Lindley was driving in and lost the ball out of bounds. Go back to Hugo, who now subs in a couple of their starters. Traquail Holman returns, as does Kadron Scott. And Shataya Akins is out along with Jordan Holman. Ball now in the hands of Traquail Holman. Just under 7 to play here in the second quarter, and Hugo leads 15-8. Ball over to Asia Jordan. And she passes to Traquail Holman. Tried to get it inside. Pass intended for Thompson and lost out of bounds. Turnover on the Lady Buffs. Go back to the Lady Cats. Hugo leads 15-8. 6:40 left here in the second quarter. Brazier Ivory across the midline. Tried to pass to a teammate. Stolen by the Lady Buffs. Down the court they come. The layup is good. And putting that in was Traquail Holman, who now has game-high 7 points. Hugo leads 17-8. Kate Womack with the ball for the Lady Cats, top of the key. Stops at the free throw line. Needs help. Got it over to Brazier Ivory. She's well outside. Top of the key. Stops. Tried to pass. It was knocked out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Lady Cats. And a substitution for Hugo. Coming in is Shataya Akins. And they subbed out so quickly I didn't see who came out. Maybe Traquail Holman. She's getting some instruction from the coach. And now Addie Lamb comes into the game, drives toward the basket, had her shot blocked, and it headed into the corner. Last touched before knocked out of bounds by Hugo. Checking out for Hugo, India Jordan. She was in there, had her in and out quickly there, and back to the bench. Addie Lamb now throwing in for the Lady Cats. and throws it. Good pass in. There's a shot put up but missed by Serenity Lewis. And here come the Lady Buffs dribbling the ball. Kadrin Scott. They're around the arc with the ball. Asia Jordan over to Akins. Glenn working around the perimeter. Inside it goes to Thompson, and she was going to be fouled there by, boy, once again, every time I look up, it looks like a foul on Nyla Lindley. My book has 4. That can't be possibly true. They did seat her, though, and Hannah Cordell comes in quickly. Hugo to throw in underneath their own basket. They lead 17-8 here in the second quarter. Here's a shot just inside the arc is good by Shadeja Thompson, her first basket. And it makes it 19-8. Been a while since the Lady Cat scored. Addie Lamb dribbling outside the arc. Tried to lob for Cordell. And as she tried to catch the ball, a Hugo player on defense from behind to call for a foul. And that's going to be on Thompson, and I show 3 on her. So I keep, every time it looks like a foul, it looks like Shadeja Thompson or Nyla Lindley. Here's Addie Lamb that passes into Addison Wall, excuse me. Got 2 Addisons in there. Stolen by Hugo. A fast break down the court and saving a possible bucket there. Serenity Lewis, right when the player was going up for a shot, Lewis knocked the ball out of bounds. Checking in for Hugo, Jordan Holman. And out is Asia Jordan. And here is Colbria Harrison in for the Lady Cats. And Kate Womack will head to the bench for a rest. Hugo will pass in to Akins. This is Shataya Akins. And now it's to the baseline. Thompson driving in. Short jumper's good by Shadeja Thompson, who has 4 points. They're all in this quarter. Addie Lamb with the ball across the midline. Lady Cats trailing 21-8. 4:47 left here in the second quarter. Lamb handed off to Addison Wall, and then after the steal, they say a Lady Buff walked with the ball. So back to the Lady Cats. So Addison Wall will throw in the ball for the Lady Cats. And before they can throw in, a whistle sounds, and they're going to get Breasia Ivory back in for Addison Lamb. The superintendent's daughter with some playing time on the varsity. Ball into Lewis. Lewis to Addison Wall. Tried to shoot from the free throw line. Her shot was blocked and went out of bounds. Be back to the Lady Cats. That's a couple of times they've blocked Wall's shot. She does have a 3 in the ball game. Breasia Ivory to throw in for the Lady Cats, trailing 21-8. 4:35 left in the second quarter. Ivory got it in. Serenity Lewis. Lewis was trying to drive in and got it over to Addison Wall and over to Breasia Ivory. Ivory drives in, and either a shot or a pass, and they'll say knocked out of bounds by Hugo. Deflection. So back to Bree Ivory to throw the ball in here. Slaps that ball. Looking for a teammate. And got it into Hannah Cordell just inside the arc. Hannah started to drive, lost the ball. Hugo picks it up. Down the court they go. Shot put up, missed, but they'll get the offensive rebound. It misses. Good rebound by Colbria Harrison. And she gets it to Breasia Ivory. Ivory across the midline. Lady Cats trailing 21-8. Just under 4 to play here in the second quarter. And boy, as soon as they called that timeout, Coach Scott was doing some coaching on how he wanted his ladies to play defense. So we're in a break here. We're in the second period. Time still to go. Hugo leads 21-8, and we'll take a break back in a moment. 3:59 left in the second quarter. Hugo, Oklahoma leading the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs, Texas, with a score 21-8. Hugo has outscored the Lady Cats 6-0 in this quarter. Colbria Harrison will trigger the ball in for the Lady Cats, gets it into Breasia Ivory, who's across the midline. And Bree on the dribble, drives in. And back out to Addison Wall. Into the corner to Ivory. Ivory driving toward the bucket. Oh, she hit it off the glass. First basket, Breasia Ivory. That makes it 21-10. And the Lady Cats have gotten in the points column here in the second quarter. Here's a long shot by Hugo. Misses, no good. And taken by Serenity Lewis on the rebound. Over to Breasia Ivory. She steams across the midline to the baseline. And she tried to put on the brakes. Going to have to get those brakes fixed. She traveled and trying to stop down there. And it'll go back to Hugo. Hugo 21, Lady Cats 10. 3:17 left here in the second quarter. Ball in the hands of Shataya Akins. Now it's down low. Here's a shot put up. Ball hit the side of the backboard, but Hugo got the rebound. Shot from the free throw line. Off, no good. Good rebound, Colbria Harrison. And she gets it over to Breasia Ivory. Ivory across the midlines, dribbling, driving in, put up the shot, missed it, call for a travel before the shot. Back to Hugo. 2:53 left in the second quarter. Hugo leading 21-10. They lead in scoring in the quarter 6-2. Shataya Akins, now the ball in the corner. And kicked back to Traquel Holman. Now driving in, shot to push toward the basket, off, no good. Rebounded by Hannah Cordell. That shot by Jordan Holman. Breasia Ivory across the midline for the Lady Cats. One way and then the other. Goes around to Addison Wall screen, got it back to Wall. Wall dribbling, the ball is tipped and knocked out of bounds by Hugo. Back to the Lady Cats as Kate Womack will come in for Addison Wall. Again, the Lady Cats playing tonight without Kinsey Willis, who has an injury. We hope she heals like her brother, as Keyston had some injury problems and finally ended up not requiring surgery as Breasia Ivory put up a shot. But she drove in and she hit it. She's got 4 in the quarter. 2 minutes left here in the second quarter. The Lady Cats trail by 9, 21-12. And driving in is Jordan Holman. Put up a shot and she is going to be fouled. And that foul on Addison Wall. No, she is not in the game. It was on. Well, I'm not sure who it's on. I saw 2 fingers. That would limit it probably to Colbria Harrison, I guess. First free throw is good by Jordan Holman. If you hear so much hesitation, it's because we do not get points and fouls, or we don't get fouls and players from the scores table. Both free throws good by Jordan Holman. So we have to literally guess up here, and we're on the wrong side to do that. Ball over to Breasia Ivory, drives in, tried to get it over to Colbria Harrison. She chased it down. Back to Breasia Ivory, driving in. Got it over to Hannah Cordell, but the ball down loose on the floor and picked up by the Lady Buffs. Now they slow it down. This is Traquel Holman. And Holman driving in. Put up a shot. Oh, she hit it. My goodness. 9 points for Traquel Holman. And Hugo leads 25-12. 1:14 left here in the second quarter. Kate Womack driving in, and the bump there. Looks like a foul on Traquel Holman. He definitely holds up one finger. I did see that one. Non-shooting foul. 6 fouls for the Lady Cats, 5 on Hugo, so neither team in the bonus yet. Breasia Ivory looking for some help. Got it over to Kate Womack. Inside Hannah Cordell put up a shot. It hit the bottom of the backboard. And then the ball went out of bounds off the Lady Cats. So back to Hugo. They lead 25-12. We're in the last minute of the second quarter. And Hugo has a new player in there. That was Akai Browner. Here's a shot put up and hit by Hugo. And that basket by Jordan Holman. She's got 6. Hugo leading 27-12. 43 seconds left here in the second quarter. Kate Womack driving toward the basket, stops, gets it over Hannah Cordell. Down low to Colbria Harrison, puts up a shot and hit it. Colbria Harrison with 2 points. 27-14, 25 seconds left second quarter. Long shot by Hugo, no good. Another rebound by Harrison. He's playing some good ball. Breasia Ivory, long pass down court, almost stolen by Hugo. Jordan Holman jumped in the passing lane but couldn't control the ball. And another new Hugo player checking in. Now coming in is Anaya Woodard. Anaya Woodard is in there along with Mikai Browner. Both of those players are right in the lane right now. And the ball in the hands of Breasia Ivory. Gets it over to Hannah Cordell. Down low, shot is put up and in, and that is by Serenity Lewis, her first basket. It's 27-16, long shot at the buzzer. Oh, almost went by Traquail Holman. The shot did not go, and that's going to be it at the half, as Hugo leads at the half by the score of 27-16. It's the second quarter in a row that the Lady Cats have had 8 in the first quarter, 8 in the second quarter for 16. Hugo with 15 first quarter points and 12 in the second quarter, and that brings our halftime score to Hugo 27 and the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs 16. So we'll add up all the scoring, tell you who scored what, and have more for you as we're at halftime here of this ball game here on the third day of January of the new year of 2020. And we'll be back with the scoring totals for you and more right after this break. And just seconds before we start the second half, a former tremendous athlete, Lady Cat, is in the building tonight. Autumn Tanton. Autumn was a star in volleyball and basketball. Basketball was her love, and she was a good basketball player, but she was a tremendous volleyball player. Was all-state first team 2 years in a row, and is a scholarship up in Oklahoma. I think I wish I could remember. Is it Oklahoma Wesleyan? I'm struggling to come up with a name, but I think both she and Lexi Wisenhunt went to the same college up there. Hope they're doing well. I saw her in the gym earlier this evening. Here come the Lady Cats with the ball as we start the third quarter, and Hugo leading 27-16. Ball over into the corner to Kate Womack. Kate dribbles out, now drives in over to Breasia Ivory in the corner. She drives into the lane, got it over to Nyla Lindley, who put up the shot and hit it. Nyla with 2 points, and it just now dawns on me in all of that monologue, I never did get to the point, so we will try to do that at the end, at least the end of the third quarter. Here's a long shot by Hugo, comes up short, but they got the rebound. Shot is put up and missed, but they got the rebound again. The shot put up and missed, and a foul is called. That good offensive rebounding was taking place, or was doing that was Jordan Holman. Let's see how quick I can get through them here. Traquail Holman had 9, Jordan Holman had 6, Kadron Scott had 6, 4 for Sadasia Thompson, and 2 for Asia Jordan. That's scoring for Hugo in the first half. They're 27. Free throw on the way is good by Jordan Holman, who now has 7 points. Lady Cats were led by Breasia Ivory, who had 4. Second left-handed free throw is good. Got them both. She's 4 out of 6 from the free throw line, that Jordan Holman, who now has 8 points. Hugo leads 29-18. Lady Cats with the ball over to Addison Wall. Stops her dribble into the corner to Kate Womack. Drives in, tried to get it inside. It was blocked. Hugo was trying to come out of there with it and lost the ball out of bounds. It'll go back to the Lady Cats. Tammy Carroll had a chance to show off her moves over there. She was a head trainer here at Sulphur Springs High School. Got a hold of that ball and threw it back to the official. She's chatting over there with a a fine Sulphur Bluff point guard there, Andy Chester. Now the ball comes in and back in the hands of Breasia Ivory. Ivory back around the midline, driving into the lane. Got it, Hannah Cordell, short jumper off, no good. Rebound to Kadrin Scott. Long pass down to Jordan Holman. Holman driving in, put up a 10-footer, nothing but net. And Holman has 4 points and 10 in the game, 4 in the quarter. 31-18. Hugo leads, 6:34 left in the third quarter. Breasia Ivory drives in. Addison Wall, a 3, no good. Hannah Cordell got the rebound. Oh, how was that not a jump ball? Passed, Hugo came up with it, missed the shot, and they're going to get a foul on the other end. Boy, a tough set of calls against the Lady Cats there. Is on a quick as lightning tie up in the first half, and that one Hannah Cordell had it forever. And finally, Hugo pried it loose and then came down, hit the bottom of the backboard, and got a foul. Wow. Here's a free throw on the way. It's no good by Sadasia Thompson. She'll get another. And this shot is good. Got 1 out of 2. Has 5 in the game. Lady Cats trail 32-18 with 6:21 left in the third quarter, and the clock is not rolling. It's been stuck on 6:21 for a long time. Down to Hannah Cordell, and 2 shots and a foul on Hugo on that one. And I think the foul was on Traquel Holman. Now the clock has gone down to 6:17. I guess somebody calculated that 14 seconds went off the clock before it rolled. I'm just guessing. It stayed on 6:31 forever. Hannah Cordell's foul shot, no good. She'll get another. Looks like she's 3 out of 5 from the foul line. Now in for Hugo is Asia Jordan. And Hannah Cordell get that one. Has 4 points in the game, ties Breasia Ivory for the Lady Cats, her top scorer in the game. Lady Cats trail 32-19, just over 6 to play, third quarter. Driving in, Hugo, a shot put up and missed, and Kate Womack came down with a rebound. Womack actually gives it over to Breasia Ivory, who came across the midline. And Breasia throws it over toward Nyla Lindley, who got it over to Kate Womack. Womack, a 10-footer on the way. Off, no good. Hannah Cordell, the rebound. Now that one they called a jump ball. And possession arrow to Hugo. We mentioned Breasia had 4 at the half, 3 for Hannah Cordell, 3 for Addison Wall, 2 for Serenity Lewis, and 2 for Colbria Harrison. So finally got those points in there. Sorry that did not get done at the usual time. Free throw line and back outside for Hugo as they go around the arc. And now they pass cross court. Here's a 3 on the way, and it is going to bounce and go down through. A 3-pointer by Kadrin Scott, who has 9, including that bouncy little 3. Hugo 35, the Lady Cats 19, with 5:11 left in the third quarter. Breasia Ivory looking for some help. Oh, she threw it right to Hugo. And here comes the Lady Buffaloes down the court, and a good layup under pressure there by Sadasia Thompson, who has 3 in the quarter and 7 in the third quarter. And officials' timeout is they're going to remove some water from the court. He'll use the foot method there, where you drop that towel down to the floor and use that foot to just wipe it up there. You see umpires do that too with their clean home plate with just their shoes. This is not meant as an editorial comment, but usually in older umpires. Serenity Lewis over in the corner. Kate Womack, the 3. It's off the iron, no good. Hugo, the rebound, comes down to Traquel Holman. And she's across the midline. Hugo leads 37-19, 4:38 left in the third quarter. Around the horn they go with the ball. Free throw line shot put up and missed. Fight for the rebound, and a rebounding foul And this one's going to go against Hugo, and that'll be Sadasia Thompson. And checking in for Hugo, this is a new player, Zion Bills, and she will check in for Sadasia Thompson, who my book shows for 4 fouls, but I'm not sure that's accurate. Serenity Lewis will bring the ball across the midline for the Lady Cats. And Lewis had it almost pried loose, but she got it back. 4:18 left in the third quarter. Lady Cats trail 37-19. Lewis got it over to Nyla Lindley. Lindley drives in. Tried to get it over to Hannah Cordell. Stolen by Hugo. And here's Scott. Scott, right side pass over to Traquel Holman. Top of the key and around it goes. Down low. And a good offensive move there for Hugo. That put in by Jordan Holman. And she has 6 in the quarter and 12 in the game. Timeout taken by the Lady Cats. 3:43 left here in the third quarter. Hugo 39, the Lady Cats 19. We'll take the break with them. Back in a moment. And here in the third quarter, 3:43 left. Hugo has extended their lead out now to 20 points. They were up by 11 at the half, but they've had a good quarter here. And it's lead out to 20 at 39-19. Lady Cats bring out Serenity Lewis along with Kate Womack there in the backcourt. They've got Hannah Cordell, Nyla Lindley, and also Addison Wall. Across the midline, Kate Womack. Kate played a lot of point guard as a freshman. Over to Serenity Lewis. Lewis starts driving in, drives toward the lane, put up the shot, missed it, and rebound to Hugo Scott. Kadron Scott across the midline. Passes over to Traquel Holman. Around the perimeter it goes. Over to Asia Jordan and across court to Bills. Traquel Holman back to Bills into the corner. That's Jordan Holman. Back out to Scott at the top of the key. Over in the left corner. Player driving in, missed the shot. And rebound to Nyla Lindley across the midline for the Lady Cats. Lindley gets it over to Kate Womack. Womack driving in, puts up the shot, missed it. Fight for the rebound, and the officials say last touch Hugo as Colbria Harrison returns, replacing Serenity Lewis. Actually, I got that wrong. It was last touch by the Lady Cats, so Hugo's ball. They lead 39-19, 2:41 left here in the third quarter. Ball over to Jordan Holman, to Bills, and around to Traquel Holman. Bills has the ball over to Jordan Holman. Into the lane. There's a shot put up. Off. No good. Hannah Cordell with the rebound. Lady Cats gets it over to Kate Womack. Womack across the midline. Lady Cats down 39-19. Colbria Harrison into the corner. Nyla Lindley. Lindley gives off to Kate Womack. Lob to Hannah Cordell. Oh, she's double teamed and players hitting the floor there. And a whistle, but I guess no harm, no foul there with all that. The ball will go back to the Lady Cats. And Kate Womack to trigger in for the Lady Cats. 2:08 left in the third quarter. It's 39-19 Hugo. Ball comes in. Colbria Harrison. Oh boy, she got hit. Missed the shot, but drew the foul. And that foul is on Asia Jordan. I show that to be her second. And Colbria Harrison will be shooting 2 shots. Colbria has 2 points. She had a basket in the second quarter. She has the bucket. And the free throw on the way. Ooh, in there and came out. She'll get another. As a couple more Hugo players come in. Shataya Akins is back along with Anaya Woodard. One of the players checking out, Jordan Holman. And also checking out Asia Jordan. Harrison will have another free throw. Put them up there right-handed. Free throw on the way. off the iron, no good, and they're going to say Colbria was in the lane too quick after shooting the free throw. I was going to give her credit for following her shot well, but apparently too quickly. So neither are good, and so back to Hugo. They lead 39-19, 2:02 left and counting here in the third quarter. Hugo into the corner. Bills outside to Holman. Ball over to Woodard. Back outside to Shataya Akins. And foul is called. A double foul, I think. I think Hannah Cordell got one of them, and I think Kadrin Scott got the other. Or maybe that was just a foul on Hugo. Back to the Lady Cats. They trail 39-19, 1:40 left here in the third quarter. Colbria Harrison drives in, put it off the glass, no good. Hannah Cordell's follow shot is good. Hannah liked that one. It went high off the glass and came down through the bucket. 6 points for Hannah Cordell. And she'll have a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way. It's been not a lot of threes tonight. I think each team has had one. Cordell completed the three-point play. She now has 7 in the game. The Lady Cats trail by 17, 39-22. 1:30 left in the third quarter. Traquel Holman gets it over to Scott. Into the right corner it goes. Now they'll pass around the perimeter. And here's a three from the left corner. It's off the iron, no good. In the fight for the rebound, Kate Womack comes down with it. Gets it to Colbria Harrison. Long pass, Addison Wall. Wall stops over to Colbria Harrison. Tried to get it into the lane, stolen by Scott. They'll run a 2-on-2 fast break, and the layup is good. Put in by Hugo's Shataya Akins. And there's a two-point bucket for Nyla Lindley on the other end. Hugo leads 41-24, 38 seconds left here in the third quarter. All of a sudden, the crowd noise got really loud in here. I was thinking they were screaming that somebody was open or something, but our noise has picked up a little bit. Here's a drive and a shot missed, no good. Hannah Cordell with the rebound. Gets it over to Kate Womack. Long pass down to Addison Wall. Ooh, she was not looking for it. And by the time she turned around, it went sailing by. So a turnover on the Lady Cats. Hugo 41, Lady Cats 24. Breasia Ivory returns to replace Colbria Harrison. Hugo now rolling the ball in. They've just got 14.9 seconds here in the third quarter. They lead by 17. Addison Wall went for a steal and going to be called for a foul. That's just 4 fouls for each team here in the third quarter. First I show on Addison Wall. Throw in now by Zion Bills. Bills tried to get it into the corner. Hannah Cordell playing tight defense on that was on Anaya Woodard. Knocked out of bounds by Cordell, and Hugo will trigger in. They've got 11.1 seconds left here in the third quarter. Ball goes inside. Scott put it up off the glass. A beautiful shot. Scott has 11 points. And now a turnover on the throw-in underneath for the Lady Cats. And it'll go back to Hugo with 3.1 seconds. You can't be casual on that throw-in down there. Throw-in, the officials are watching, and they will get you if you step into the court or do something like that. Now in, and the shot put up, missed. Rebound, but clock will run out before Hugo can get another shot. But they have more than enough points right now after 3 quarters as we played 3. It's Hugo 43 and the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs 24. An 8-point quarter again for the Lady Cats. They've had 8 in each quarter. And Hugo had a big 16-point third quarter, and that's been their biggest so far. So we played 3. It's Hugo 43 and the Lady Cats 24. We'll take a break here, and we'll be back in a moment. We've played 3 quarters. Hugo leading the Lady Cats 43 to 24. Hugo led by Jordan Holman 12. Kadron Scott with 11. The Lady Cats top scorer Hannah Cordell with 7. And Nyla Lindley with 6. Hugo, Oklahoma 43. And the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs 24. Lady Cats will start with possession of the ball as we move into the fourth quarter. Not sure if that JV game, it did go final. The Wildcats JV won over Princeton 39-36. Varsity game still to come over there. And Lady Cats lose possession of the ball to Hugo. Down the court they come on the fast break. The layup is good and a foul is called. Hitting the shot, Traquail Holman, who now has 11 points. And she was fouled by Breasia Ivory. And a quick substitution for Hugo as they'll bring in Makai Browner. And she will replace Kadron Scott. So a free throw coming for Traquail Holman, a chance for the three-point play the old-fashioned way. The and one, as we call it. Left-handed free throw up, off, no good. Hannah Cordell, good rebound. In the hands of Breasia Ivory. Hugo 45, the Lady Cats 24, with 7:32 left here in the fourth quarter. Ivory gets the ball to Nyla Lindley. She drove in. The shot was blocked, but the foul is going to be called. And they're going to call that one on Shadasia Thompson. 2 shots for Nyla Lindley. Nyla's free throw high arc and off, no good. It's her first foul shot of the game. She's got 3 baskets tonight, had 2 of them in that third quarter. And they'll check out Thompson and check in Kadron Scott. Lindley's next free throw, again, a high arc and nothing but net on that beautiful free throw. Lady Cats trail by 20, 45-25, and then a whistle blows. And timeout is taken by Coach Chris Scott of Hugo, Oklahoma. So 7:24 left here in the fourth quarter. It's Hugo 45, the Lady Cats 25. We'll take the break with them, and we'll be back in about 30 seconds. Both teams now back on the court here. Hugo leading Lady Cats 45-25. 7:24 left here in the fourth quarter. Jordan Holman will trigger the ball in for the Lady Buffaloes. She gets it into Shataya Akins. And back to Jordan Holman. Top of the key to Browner. Down low. Scott puts it up, missed it. And the Lady Cats came away with a rebound. I think Hannah Cordell maybe gets credit for that. Breasia Ivory dribbling outside. Goes around to Nyla Lindley's screen. Over to Addison Wall. Nyla Lindley, top of the key, well guarded. Gets it over Breasia Ivory. Nyla Lindley, a lob for Hannah Cordell. She's double teamed and shot was knocked out of her hands. Fast break for the Lady Buffs down to Scott. She'll kick it out to Browner. Oh, she slipped and fell, but she was able to get the ball to a teammate as she got it into Shataya Akins' hands. Akins dribbling against Breasia Ivory. Ball over to Jordan Holman. Top of the key to Browner. The right side now to Akins. Lob. Scott toward the bucket. Hit the rim with a shot, no good. Rebound Lady Cats. Here's Nyla Lindley, coast to coast. Missed the layup, but drew the foul on Jordan Holman. That's just the very first foul I show on her. 2-shot foul against Jordan Holman and 2 free throws for Nyla Lindley. Nyla 1 out of 2 from the foul line with 7 points. As the bucket, free throw on the way is good. Rattled a little bit, but rattled in. Shooter's touch. as Addison Lamb will check in for the Lady Cats. Hannah Cordell is out. Looks like Jordan Holman's coming right back in. Right now she's getting some instruction from Coach. She was heading out, and Coach Scott giving instructions. 2 for 2 from the free throw line for Nyla Lindley. She has 9 points. Lady Cats trail 45-27. 6 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. There's a pass inside. Scott turns and shoots off, no good. Follow shot is good, and a foul is called. That was put in by Asia Jordan, who has 4 points. And I think Addison Wall maybe got called on the foul. If so, that's the second one of those I see from her. Asia Jordan, free throw on the way is good. So a 3-point play. Asia Jordan has 5. Hugo leads 48-27. Here's Wall with a 3. It's good. That's Wall's second 3 in both of her buckets tonight. She has 6 points. Cuts the Hugo lead to 48-30 with 5:34 left in the fourth quarter. Player driving in. Back outside the arc to Shataya Akins. Over to Traquel Holman. Over in the corner to Browner. Browner back over to Traquel Holman. Tried to get it inside. Kate Womack stole the ball, but then lost it, but got fouled. Said that's why she lost it. So a Hugo foul, I think. Yes. And I believe that is on Scott. I show that to be her second. Checking in Zion Bills for Traquel Holman. That puts Hugo is created a bonus situation for the Lady Cats. So Kate Womack shooting free throws here. Be 1+1. Kate is not on the books yet. Free throw in and out of there. There'll be no second free throw. Rebound to Hugo. Jordan Holman across the midline. 18-point Hugo lead with 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. And Browner has it outside. Passes to Bills and over to Shataya Akins. Player driving in. Jordan puts it up and missed it. Oh, Addison Lamb with a rebound. Addie Lamb from the JV is playing on varsity tonight. And Lamb has the ball outside the arc. Passes over to Kate Womack. Womack driving toward the basket. Needs some help. She's double teamed. And then I thought she tried to bounce it off a Hugo player. They say she lost it out of bounds. So it'll go back to the Lady Buffs. Hugo, Oklahoma leads 48-30 with 4:30 left here in the fourth quarter. And the ball in the hands Jordan Holman over in the corner to Asia Jordan. She drives in, missed the layup, rebound to Nyla Lindley, over to Breasia Ivory. Long pass to Addison Lamb. Addison Wall, a 3, off the iron, no good. Big, tall rebound down to Kate Womack, a 15-footer off, no good. Good job of rebounding Nyla Lindley. She drives back toward the basket, puts the shot up, missed it, then tipped it, tried to tip to a teammate, but it went to Shataya Akins, no T in there. Akins for Hugo, Oklahoma. Browner with a 3, good. Makai Browner with a 3, her first basket. Makes it 51-30. Addison Wall with the ball. She'll launch the 3 in transition. It's off, no good. Boy, to me, that makes it a harder shot, but if she works on that 50 times a day, she may feel comfortable with that. Across the midline by Jordan Holman. Wall is a good 3-point shooter, don't get me wrong. Got 2 in this game. Ball in the corner now to Jordan Holman. Down low, the shot put up and hit as Jordan Holman hit the shot. She's got 14 in the game. Hugo 53, the Lady Cats 30. 2:55 left here in the fourth quarter. Down to Nyla Lindley. She put it in and got fouled. Did a good job of catching that ball, and then she had the defender back behind her, and she was able to lay it in. And even getting fouled, Lindley has 5 in the quarter, has 11 in the game. She'll get a free throw coming. Jordan Holman checks out, and checking in the new player. This is Danae Akins. Lindley with a free throw coming here. This one on the way. Got it. Nothing but net. Nyla Lindley has doubled her point production here in the fourth quarter. She had 6 coming in and has 6 in the quarter. Has 12 in the game. Ladycats pressing all over the court, down 53-33. Breasia Ivory chasing around back there. Asia Jordan comes across the midline for Hugo, Oklahoma, over to Bills. And they'll work it into the corner. Player driving toward the basket. The shot misses. Hannah Cordell with the rebound. Ladycats down by 20. 2:27 left here in the fourth quarter. Breasia Ivory driving in. Put up the shot. Missed it. And an offensive rebound on Breasia Ivory. But she went in there and tried to climb the mountain of somebody that was in there and call for the offensive foul. That's her second. So it'll go back to Hugo, Oklahoma here. Triggering the ball in, Danae Akins. Got it into Asia Jordan. Down the court it comes. Shot is put up and swish. Made by India Jordan, her first basket. 55-33 with 2:08 left here in the fourth quarter. Breasia Ivory into Hannah Cordell. Bumped. Shot is put up and in, and they call a block on that, and Hannah Cordell will get the basket. She kind of stabilized herself when when that bump took place. That could have gone either way. 2 points for Cordell, now has 9. And she'll have the free throw here. Chance for double figures for Hannah, and she got it. Hit a lot of free throws tonight. About 6 of them. She was ready for another one. She wanted the old 4-point play. You don't see that much unless you sink the 3 and get fouled. I haven't seen a team lose that way before. Ladycats pressing all over the court, down 55-36. Here's a near steal, but Hugo got it back. Put up a shot, no good. Kate Womack came out of there with it. Oh, my! Kate Womack came roaring out of there with the ball, and they called a jump ball. That was instant jump ball. My goodness. I've seen a couple of those tonight that just in a nanosecond, I didn't even see anybody tie that one up. But the official did. He's got a better view than me. That's why he gets the big bucks down there. I play around with the small bucks. Hugo, Oklahoma, driving into the lane. There's a shot put up, missed, no good. They tap the ball out, but Breasia Ivory comes up with it down the court. She's one-on-one. Put up the shot and hit it. Breasia Ivory, the best offensive game I think I've ever seen her play. She's got 6 points. 3 buckets tonight. Ladycats down 55-38. Hugo, Oklahoma, passing around the perimeter. Steal by Addie Lamb. Addie Lamb a chance with a layup here, and she got it. First varsity basket for Addie Lamb as far as I know. And let's take time out. It's Ladycats trailing Hugo 55-40 with 1:08 left here in the fourth quarter. And we'll take a break here. We'll take one spot and be right back. Ladycats trailing Hugo, Oklahoma 55-40 with just 1:08 left here in the fourth quarter. Ladycats pressing all over the court. Ball comes into Asia Jordan. Jordan dribbling against Kate Womack, who tried to steal the ball and then got called for a foul. Probably not too bad a strategy to send them to the free throw line. As long as they don't make a lot of them on you. This will be 1+1. Ladycats have 8 fouls. Hugo has 10. So the Ladycats are on the double bonus if they go to the foul line. This will be 1+1. Have to earn it, and she did earn that second shot. That was Asia Jordan. Has 4 in the quarter and 6 in the game. Had a good quarter here. Asia Jordan, next free throw. Got them both. 7 points. Hugo 57, Ladycats 40. 1 minute left here in the fourth quarter. Addie Lamb with a three. No good. Hugo lost it out of bounds trying to get the rebound. It'll go back to the Ladycats with just 56 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Hugo 57, the Ladycats 40. Ladycats underneath their own basket. Reasia Ivory looking for some help and sailed it out to Addie Lamb. Gets it into Hannah Cordell. She got the three shot? I don't think so. I've never seen her shoot the three. She might. Drives in, put up the shot, missed it. Boy, Addison Wall really battling for a rebound, but they'll say she knocked it out of bounds. Nice effort there by Addison Wall in the land of the trees, battling for the rebound. Hugo, Oklahoma tosses the ball in to Asia Jordan. They get it across the midline to India Jordan. India driving in and kicked it back to the top of the key. A long three. That's off. No good, but a big, tall rebound out to Woodard. And she got it back to Bills. Asia Jordan back to Woodard. And now to India Jordan. And over to Asia Jordan. Stolen by the Ladycats. Addison Wall driving down. Put up the left-handed layup attempt and got fouled by a new player. Jemiah Brown is in there. So she'll make the scorebook with a personal foul. Wait a minute. No, yes, okay, that's right. I thought there was no 15 in the ball game, but there she is. Jemiah Brown. Free throws now for Addison Wall. And she got that one. 4 in the quarter, 7 in the game. She's had some big games, over 20 points. I remember against Paris, she was, red hot. 5 points in the quarter, 8 in the game. Ladycats trailing 57-42. Just 6 seconds left. As Hugo will win this one, obviously. As Asia Jordan dribbling in the backcourt and dribbles out the clock. And Hugo, Oklahoma takes a pretty solid 57-42 win here over the Ladycats. The Ladycats had a very good fourth quarter after 8. They scored 18 in that fourth quarter. Hugo, on the other hand, had a 14-point quarter, so they were outscored, but they had a big lead after 3. They were up 19, so they end up winning by 15, so not a whole lot of difference there. Hugo will go to 7-4 on the season. I think I listed their record as 2-4, but what was missing were some games that they had played in the Idabel tournament, right, I'm sure, between Christmas and New Year's. Ladycats will go to 6-16. And next up for the Ladycats, they were on Tuesday. Both the Wildcats and Ladycats will be going to Sherman. And they will be doing one of those real nice Ladycats, Wildcats back-to-backers against Sherman. That'll be in non-district games, but the team's getting real creative with this now and makes for a wonderful evening. It makes it worth your trip if you're here and you want to go to Sherman. That's a drive of, an hour 20 to an hour and a half, something like that. But at the same time, if you get, to see both varsities, Ladycats and Wildcats, it becomes more economical of a trip too for the price of one. So I'm enjoying seeing that, and we're going to be doing a ton of radio games this year. Some of these Wildcats and Ladycats back-to-backers. Much more on that later, but I'm quite excited about that, and so that'll be something that we'll be telling you about as we go along. Let's go ahead as the as the place is emptying out here. Let's add up the final point totals. We'll be back and tell you who scored what in this one as Hugo, Oklahoma beats the Lady Cats by the score of 57-42. Back in a moment. And everything added up tonight. Boy, what do they say? The old blind hog and the acorn in action here tonight as the scorebook adds up the first time. Let's give you the scoring for Hugo, Oklahoma, coached by Chris Scott. Nice fella, and obviously he's got a good Hugo team this year. The record now is 7-4. As I don't think they played a game until about December 1st, but they do things a little bit differently in Oklahoma. But let's add up the top scorer for the Lady Buffaloes was Jordan Holman, had 14 points. 11 points for Traquail Holman, and 11 points for Kadrin Scott. So those three scores in double figures for the Lady Buffaloes. They also had 7 from Asia Jordan and 7 from Shadasia Thompson. Then it was 3 points for Makai Browner. That was on a three-pointer. Two points for India Jordan and 2 points for Shataya Akins for a total of 57. For Hugo had 15 first quarter points and 12, 16, and 14 for a total of 57. For the Lady Cats, with their 42 points, their top scorer was Nyla Lindley. We told you her story, 6 points after 3 quarters, and then 6 in that fourth quarter to lead the team with 12 points. Another double-figure scorer, Hannah Cordell, fueled by a lot of free throws that went in tonight, and Hannah had a total of 10 points. 8 points for Addison Wall. She had a couple of 3-point baskets. 6 points for Breasia Ivory. She had 3 buckets. And then 2 points apiece for Serenity Lewis, Colbria Harrison, and also Addie Lamb, who Superintendent Mike Lamb is looking up here, probably encouraging us to get out of the building so they can lock things up. But there's still people shooting some shots and kind of hanging around the gym. But anyway, that's the scoring for the Lady Cats, and they had 8, 8, and 8, and then finally that big fourth quarter with 18. But not enough. Lady Cats lose this one by the score of 57-42. And again, they will be in Sherman on Tuesday night playing the Lady Bearcats. Boy, that used to be a tough game when Coach Jeff Chapman was here. He had a tough time beating Sherman. He would tell you that. I don't know if he ever did. They were a tough matchup for the Lady Cats back in those days. We were district foes for a couple of years even. And so that'll be next for the Lady Cats and the Wildcats too. The Wildcats are in Princeton tonight. They were just getting started. Probably they may have played a quarter if they've even done that. Let me see if I can give you at least a 1 quarter look here. First quarter, Sulphur Springs 11 and Princeton 10, I believe. And apparently a lot of turnovers by the Wildcats in the first quarter. So close ball game there. Certainly sounds different than the game last year that turned out 94-84 with Day Hall scoring 27. And Princeton had a player, I guarantee he scored 39 points or something like that. Luckily that guy graduated. So Wildcats not having to worry about him tonight. But that does wrap it up. And so let's do the closing credits and wrap this thing up here as James Terry running our spots back in the station and keeping us on the air. Doug Haston did all the engineering work tonight, hooked everything up, seemed to go flawlessly, and also did all the videography work, and it'll be his work that you'll see either on Facebook, or not Facebook, how about YouTube, or on Channel 18 on Southern Lake Cable. For the cable access crowd. I'm Don Julian with your play-by-play. Once again, our final score from the main gym here at Sulphur Springs High School, the Hugo, Oklahoma Lady Buffs 57 and the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs 42. Thank you for joining us this evening, and so long, everybody.
Thank you, Don. You've been listening to Lady Cats basketball on KSST, 1230 AM, Sulphur Springs, Texas. Back to Good Time Oldies after this message from UIL.